Welcome back to Gray Squadron Gaming, where we have another special edition of our ranking videos or tier list videos.
It's a special edition ranking.
It's always special. We've got Republic on the chopping block today. We're going to go through every unit, which I believe is 25 different units, and we're going to rank them all on a tier of S, which is broken, beyond good, amazing, better than it should ever be.
Correct?
A, well above average, very good, auto include into your list if possible. B, above average, pretty darn good. Not the best, but very good.
Right.
C, C's get degrees. C's your average, it's just a C. You
I
got a
mean, that's what I
70%.
skated by on.
It's doing what it's supposed to do, but
There you
if there's
go.
other things, you're just like, eh. And then D is the bottom of the barrel. D is like this unit could use some help.
Right.
And by some we mean a lot. And
And and Joe's half full mentality means there's no garbage tier here, guys.
yeah, and then D kind of lower D. If things are in the low D, then you know it's bad,
Yeah.
but it didn't need an F. Okay. So also as a special fault from our first one of these is I'm going to show at the very end of this video. We're not going to talk and do a whole other video about it, but I will show the updated Rebel ranking list since when we dropped the Rebel ranking was before all the points came out. After the points came out, some things moved around.
Right.
Maybe some thoughts changed slightly. So I'll show
Joe
you that.
Joe got yelled at.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys let me know about the Op Luke thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just jump in. We got
Let's
all the
do it.
units cards down here and they're
Unit card form.
yeah. Let's
If this
start
is
with
harder to see, sorry.
let's start with uh let's start with um let's start with Padme actually.
Interesting. Okay, we're starting with Padme.
Yeah, let's start with Padme. I'm just gonna put her there.
That's a fair placement with
I
the
did it,
nerf
guys. I'm just gonna
to
start with a low tier right away.
exemplar and not sharing anything and how
She
hard
lost
and
her
it how nearly impossible it is to get that second what is it called,
secret mission.
the secret mission token.
Yeah,
Yeah,
secret
she's
mission is in a rough spot right now, which
yeah,
that's like her big trick. She
right,
lost her authoritative to give her
right.
order to someone else.
She
She
lost
just
exemplar.
she she just she's
she,
cheap. She's cheaper than she's ever been, which is nice, but I don't know what she
even at 52 points, it's tough to think, yeah, I'm going to take Padme.
yeah, so yeah,
she
she's deep
can't she
here.
can't share. She's just in a bad spot.
We want to talk about. Do we want to stay low or should I go high to, break it up a little bit?
I mean, who knows what you want to do here, bud.
Okay, let's go with the ARC Troopers. Let's go
Well,
high now.
those can go pretty much all the way up.
You
I
think
don't
they're
know if
S? You
I
think
don't
they're
know
S
if they're
after the
they're
this like what third or fourth point increase over the
yeah, I
last
was gonna
half years?
say it's hard to not say they're S in the fact that, like, what else are you gonna take?
It's true.
Like,
It's true. I mean, I
we've
get
we've
it.
had to beat them to death with the Nerf stick, and it's still like, yeah, I'm gonna take 3 or 4 arcs, no
Yeah.
problem.
No, you're not wrong, but my argument would be that their point cost now is approaching higher. It's
It
not crazy. It's
is
not like you wouldn't take him because of the point cost. And
right.
you know, I don't think
But
they're
but
like
then they're like, here, have this medic that you can take now for some
yeah,
odd
that's the
reason.
problem keeping me from for sure saying A and not just bumping them to S because they're just very efficient for what they do, and that's just me being
Yeah.
kind about it. Um,
And
so you know what?
I mean, I
Just for this
it
moment, I'll put them up
let's leave
here.
them
But
there. We might skip them to the top of A again, but it's hard not to say that they're not
yeah,
the
we're
the
gonna rest them
pivotable.
in S for a second, and we'll
Yeah,
come back and talk about them a little bit more.
that's fair.
Okay, next let's go with R2D2.
Yeah, he can the the
D
the
tier for the Republic is a secret mission tier.
yeah, the spec ops for the Republic is not looking the best at this point.
I mean, he's 55 points. He repaired 2, capacity 2 for an action. That part's good. He's a
It is, but
conspicuous
is Republic
infiltrate
armor
secret
even
mission,
that great?
and he's only got 4 health and 2 courage, and he's slow. He's like speed 1 for secret mission, and so he's just D. And
Right.
the only reason
Then
he's
you
above Padme
then you
is
can
because you
make
can
him
make
even more expensive with C3PO.
yep, and the C3PO does not help that he's so yeah. So the
Yep,
only reason I put him above Padme is because he can repair 2 twice, which is 4 wounds off of something, which is nice.
that is true. Unfortunately, it is an action instead
It
of a
is
free
nice.
action, but it is
You can
it
make
is
an
tough.
argument to put Padme above
He's
him because she has sharpshooter too, and she throws a few dice. So at least she's doing some damage. But I don't know. They're kind of
yeah,
interchangeable in my mind. We're just gonna
it's
stick them
yeah,
there.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I would like to see R2 get better, but I think they either have to completely change what they want to do with him, which I don't think they do, or they need to hopefully revisit Secret Mission again and kind of
Yeah, Secret Mission is
do
pretty
something
pretty
with it.
much in an unplayable spot.
It's not great right now. All right, let's go scare back up to the Bad Batch. Just gonna-
They're solid high A for sure.
I think they're grade A. I think they do a lot of what you want
This
to do. They have
this is the premier version of the Bad
the
Batch because
crosshair.
you get your crosshair
Yeah,
instead
you get
of
your Pierce,
Omega.
you get your yeah. It's
Yeah.
just you know he
It's a million health with a million tokens.
it's true.
With you pair him with Rex for that insane like Rex bomb insta delete of whatever it is you want to shoot at. I don't know
You're,
what you're bringing up
everything you're
over
saying
your
is not
screen,
wrong,
buddy.
but hmm?
You got your bookmarks bar up over there for some
Oh,
reason.
jeez, look at me.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I don't know. He's got critical one if he attacks crosshair separately. He's got
right.
precise one. He gives you the pierce and the high velocity.
Yeah.
On
He
top
is
of
the he is the better version.
the reliable, they have cash aims and dodges. They're tactical. I mean, they're everything. What else? Steady, sharpshooter one, scale, impervious. They throw black, white, range two each model. Obviously, Wrecker adds some another dice because he's throwing red, white, black,
Right.
range melee to two.
Plus another health.
And yeah, he's got three health instead of two. And it's just
It's just a lot.
Hunter can kill something automatically with a dice roll, which my Hunter never does, but he
It
can.
has yeah, it does not do very well.
So they're high A. Are they the highest in Republic? Well, we're gonna have to wait and see until we get through the
We'll
list. But
see.
they are definitely
They
comfortably
are,
A.
yeah.
If you bring Rex with them to give them Scout too, then
It's a
they're
little
just
bonkers.
probably one of the best alpha strikes in the game if you play their three pip round one, so they can Scout two, move three, and then shoot you.
Yep.
It's really hard to hide from it. So
Yep. Shoot you with a bucket of dice with 13 aims, surging to hit.
yep.
It's not good.
I think I'm having fun going up the list and down the list. So I'm just gonna grab the where are they? The range Wookiees. Range Wookiees. Where are they? I want to
Yeah.
hear. I know where I want them, but where do you think they go?
I mean, it's hard to put them. It's a high D, low C situation because why would you take them over the melee Wookiees, especially in the world where everything in range two is
They
better in this
also
game?
take the slot of the arcs. Keep in mind too.
Oh yeah, well just throw them right in the garbage
They
actually. So,
are base for these Wookiees are 72 points. They have
hmm
Indomitable, Scale, and Sharpshooter 1, and throw two white dice. So you're only throwing six white dice base. You have nine health, which is nice, but you're rolling white dice, no surging for
right.
defense.
Sharpshooter one isn't that great.
And it's just
Yeah,
no, they
and they're more expensive than the melee Wookiees.
yeah, and then if you want to make them, what I think is a like if you're gonna bring them and you want to put the sink the points into them, you really want to bring the
The
bowcaster, give them
bowcaster,
Pierce, but now you're up another 31 points, another 103
right?
points to throw two, four, seven white, one red, Pierce one with no like they can't share
Right.
tokens with the clones, so they don't synergize in that way at all. And they don't have any like built-in
Yeah.
tactical or precise one or any of those fun keywords, right? So
Right. Can't share tokens.
with that, I'm with you. I think high D, low C, you could argue with me either way, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's about right. So we're gonna keep them there for now. But unfortunately, range Wookiees, even I would play them sometimes for fun, but even before the new missions and before we'll call it New Legion, like they just weren't the best unit you picked ever.
They were not.
Okay, let's keep going back and forth. So let's go with the let's go with the Commandos. These are the regular version of Commandos, so not Delta. These are regular Commandos. I think they still
Yep.
go there
I,
though.
I would I would sit them right in A right there. They are.
Depending on how much else goes in A for the Republic, they're
Yeah.
definitely.
They're the lower end of A.
I don't think they're yeah they're I think they're the lower end because they did get some point increases.
Right.
They do have some severe weaknesses. Melee, you can eat them up in melee pretty quickly.
They
But
can.
anything else played well, they got infiltrate. They've got your lovely sniper if you need it. They've got a
Right.
good range two impact weapon that can do a whole
Right.
bunch of damage. They've got the tokens that give them surge to block or critical two.
Right. They've got a
They can
they've
do a
got a
lot of good.
shield. They've got their
Shield.
armor.
Yep. Yep.
They're still clones, so they can still share
They have
tokens.
all good things. So yeah, they can do a lot of good. So I'm gonna put them there comfortably. I don't think they need to go any lower.
Yeah,
They
right
are
now
90
Republic's
points
looking
now.
either really good or really bad.
Yeah, pretty much right now. But yeah, they have recharge one, shield one, target one, infiltrate. I mean, they've got another word too. Two courage, one health each. I think low A. I could hear someone argue for their cost now, maybe high B, but I would never put them in high B. I'd keep them in low A.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm gonna go. Next, let's go with the Wookiee Chieftain. This is an interesting one. This is gonna be. I don't think it's D by any means, but I don't think he's A or
Not
B.
D.
I'm feeling
I
C.
think he's fine. He's C. He's the unit you bring if you're bringing Wookiees to be all Wookiee,
Yeah, I don't think you ever
but
bring
that's
him in a
about
clone
it.
list, right? Like unless you're just being silly
Yeah,
at that point. But
like
he is 100 points with Agile one, Charge, Duelist, Indomitable Scale. He throws a double rainbow like Obi, but no keywords. His melee
right,
weapon has no built-in keywords. He does have Duelist, so if he has an aim, he can make it Pierce one, but no innate
right,
keywords. 7 health only with white dice. I know he's agile, but he just for wanting to be in that melee, swinging, killing things, he can go
right.
down very fast.
He
So
does
with
go down
that,
pretty quick.
I'm gonna say he lives in the sea.
Yeah,
Where in the
it's a
sea?
good place
I
for
don't know
him.
yet. Also, courage 2 for a Wookiee leader seems weird. I feel like he should be a little higher
It is
courage.
weird. You
He's
would
a,
think it
he's a
would be
Wookiee.
3.
You
Is he
know?
still indomitable?
He is indomitable.
Well,
Chewie is
that's
like
good
the
at
only
least.
Wookiee that's not indomitable. Because I
So
guess
silly.
Chewie's scared. I don't know. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go with the I just said Chewie. Let's say Chewie. Chewie's interesting in this army, because he has Guardian, but only Commander, and
Right,
only two, right? Yeah, Guardian 2 Commander and Rage 4 Reliable 2 scale. Unlike his counterparts, though, he does have the Reliable 2, so he does have a little bit more defense on him with the white
right.
dice because he doesn't need him for offense. He surges to hit.
All right.
The
And
Rebel one surges to
he's
crit.
he's 10 points cheaper. He's only 90 points.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm
I
talking
would
about the
say
Rebel one, but
he's just above. I
he's
would say
got
he's still C, but I would say he's above the chieftain.
his weapon is lethal one, his melee 4 red, and his range is 2 red, 2 white, critical impact, pierce one. So yeah, I think I agree with that because like you have to want
Yeah.
to build around him, I feel like to make him good.
And with the amount of commanders you have now in the Republic, it's very hard to be like, I'm going to bring Chewie to Guardian, whatever other
And
commander I
you're
pick.
back to that problem earlier where he's nowhere near a Jedi level of attacking and killing.
Right.
So with those Jedi, you're like, oh, I lose token sharing, but I'm getting all this other benefit. With Chewie, you're like, I'm losing the token sharing and the clone aspect, but I'm not getting as much
For
benefit as other.
Guardian 2,
Only on commanders.
right, only for that specific
If it
commander.
was
Yeah.
regular Guard 2, he probably would be B at that point because he could help absorb things from arcs and stuff.
Yeah,
But that's probably
that
why
would be
he's
pretty
not,
good.
right?
Yep.
Okay, let's keep going. What do we got next? Let's we're in the Wookiee world. Let's talk about regular Wookiee Warriors. And these guys are definitely higher than the shooting variety of Wookiees.
Oh, absolutely.
But the question is, where do we put them? Because again, we talk about these units for the factions. We have to talk about where they live in the faction, right? They don't token share again with the rebels or with the rest of
Right.
the Republic. And they're taking
They
that arc
they
slot.
they share the same slot as arcs, and they're
And
doing the same job as arcs, just not quite as good.
it's rough because they have black white range, same as arcs, but they don't have tactical and they can't share
Right.
tokens. They roll 2 blacks in melee, a little better.
Just a
No,
smidge.
no, it's not a little better. What am I saying? I'm sorry. Arcs are 2 black, so worse range,
Right.
better melee.
Same
So
melee.
same melee.
They surge to
Unless
hit.
they have the battle shield, then they get 2 reds and pierce one with the
Right. And
duelist,
then they surge to hit, which
and they
helps a
surge to
little
hit
bit.
natively, so they don't need the token. So there are some arguments. That's what I mean by better melee, just because of that. But they're not impervious
Right.
unless you have a dodge, and you can make them immune pierce, I guess, with the duelist keyword, right? But
They're also not what was I gonna say?
they don't token share, so they can't turtle up. They have
Yep,
9
they're not.
health, which is much more
Yeah,
health than an arc, but they're throwing white dice instead of red with no surging.
right.
So
I
I'm
think
thinking low
I don't know
B.
if they're B.
I know
I
it's
don't know
really tough. It's
because
like high C, low B. I don't know.
I would say they're high C because you would take arcs over them almost every time
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's the other big
unless you're
make
doing
here.
the Wookiee Battle Force.
Arcs now are 70 points. So 1 point cheaper gets you Wookiees. And 1 point cheaper gets you just 3 Wookiees. So you're throwing less dice. You have more health, but you're throwing less dice with less keywords with less energy.
Right. Yeah,
So
they can't live in the same
yeah,
slot
I
and be
think I
higher than
unfortunately think
C.
you're right as much as I love the Wookiees.
Yeah.
Let's just round out the special forces slot. All that's left are the ARF boys. And the ARF boys are interesting because I want to take a minute and talk about the good old ARF troopers. They're not a bad unit.
Not
They're just
bad.
outshined in a lot of ways for the rest of the army because of arcs. I feel like that's all I'm talking about. I feel bad, guys. But
Like one of the
the ARF
best things they
troopers,
did was bring the Jedi that you can put in your arcs.
yeah, the Jedi don't synergize well with them at all. They are 4 points less than the arcs now, so that's something. I don't know if it's a big 4 point difference, but
But they're the
they're shooting
unit
at
that
range 4,
likes
but
to
they only
sit.
throw four
They
black.
like to sit back. Yeah. I
They
don't
have low
know.
profile, so in heavy cover, they're more survivable in that nature. They can absorb it, especially in multiple shots. And they have the duo you can add for the price
Yeah,
of,
you can
like
add,
a
yeah,
medic-ish.
add two models, which is nice.
So you're up to 6 blacks, which is still the same as just
Right.
three arcs shooting at range 2. But I think there are other issues, like you're saying, is it's that range game where a lot of people want to move up to score those points. You have some back points to
Yeah.
defend, but a lot of people at some point you need to move up to help your army, and they're not doing what arcs do. They can't double move, two aims, charge. They can't threat you with a bucket of dice at range 2 to kind of ward you
Yeah.
off. So with that,
I would
I think they're going to be C as well.
I was gonna say I think they're the top of C. I think they sit above the Wookiees because
Ooh,
they
I
have
don't know if they still go
clones.
a Wookiee either.
Oh, really? Okay.
Only because again, if I was coming at your point with a unit of Wookiees or a unit of ARFs, which one would might hold you back a second?
That's true. The Wookiees would definitely make you think
And
about it more than the
also,
Arcs will.
even though the Wookiees are rolling white and they don't
Arfs.
get the synergy defense bonus, they have, even if it's just a naked unit of Wookiees, they have 9 health versus 4. So even if you hit
Right.
it with 5 dice, there's no chance of killing the Wookiee unit. With five
That
dice,
makes
roll
sense.
bad with the ARFs, you're going to kill the unit. So I think
Yeah.
I put the
The
ARFs above
Arfs are
Chewie, below
Arfs are
Wookiee.
one of those units where if you brought them, I'm not like, oh man, he brought Arfs. I'm
Exactly.
in trouble.
No, it's 100% my point. Yeah. So I'm going to put them below Wookiees, above Chewbacca for now.
That's fair.
Okay, let's round out the Wookiees now. To we got the Fluttercraft. This is the regular, boring version of the Fluttercraft. I say that jokingly because the Wookiee Battle Force has the better version of the
It does have the
Fluttercraft, where
much
you
better
can
version. Yep.
change its speed, which is super nice. It's interesting. It's cheap. It's 55 points, but it's a black white, so you gotta add something, otherwise it does really nothing great. And when you're adding anything, it's either 20 points for the bombardier or 15 points for the gunner. And you really the gunner is good, but you have to really be good at swinging that back end out for that pierce. So
Yeah.
the bombardier is interesting because of overrun. But the biggest issue it has again is it's like a speeder bike essentially of 6 health, and it's white
Itself.
dice.
Yep. I mean, you
I,
got cover two, which is a little bit better than a speeder, but
it
it's
is a
still
little bit
not
better than
great.
a speeder. Unfortunately, as much as I love the flutter and I love the Wookiee army, I like putting them. I like playing them. I don't think this is better than
Right.
Wookiee Warriors. I don't think this is better than ARF Troopers. I don't think this is
And
better
it
than
and
Chewbacca
it in its slot, you're fighting with the ATRT, which is a very solid,
and the
support,
Commandos.
and then the Commandos, which are the best. So
So you made my
I
point
yeah,
for me.
it's yep,
I
it's
was going to say, if you
living in
look
the
at the
seas, I
Army
think.
construction,
Is it C's or is it D?
I think it's C, but like,
Yeah.
is it the very
Like
bottom below the Chieftain or above the Chieftain? That's where I'm hovering. Like, is it worse than a Chieftain? Is it better than a Chieftain because it can move and score when you really need it to with the repulse? So I guess it's some functionality, and you're not taking up you're only taking up one slot of the three. I don't know.
it's a tough spot because like if you're not bringing the Wookiee battle force, you're not bringing either of those units. So they kind of live in the same spot of you're not taking them
I
because
think I'm
unless
gonna
you're doing it for fun.
I think I'm gonna put it a hair above the Chieftain. What do you think of that?
That's fair. That's fair
And
because
I mean a
they're a
hair
little
guy. So if
more.
you're like, how dare you put it for the Chieftain should be behind, I wouldn't
Right.
disagree with that. It's fine.
They're also a very high skill unit. Like you
Yeah.
have to know what you're doing with them,
Both
or they're just
weapons.
gonna die. Yeah.
You have to know how to use the overrun correctly and how to position, how to get out there. And then the
Right.
gun almost more so because you have to know how to be able to move, but also get that rotation to play with it to get that
Right.
to be able to shoot that pure swipe.
Right.
So
It's
yeah, I agree.
it's
It's a
it's
very
a
high skill.
chess unit, not a checkers unit for sure.
Okay, you mentioned them. Let's bring them out. ATRTs. ATRTs, they are 60 points now base. So, they have that going or not going for them, whatever you want to call it.
They're fairly cheap.
Now all their weapons are 15, which was very different than what it used to be. So
Hmm.
it's 75, 75, 75, whether you want a flamethrower, whether you want the laser cannon, whether you want the rotary blaster. For a long time, everyone just brought the laser, not
Because it
just
was
for the
five
impact, which is
points.
good, but it's the cheapest option to get
Right.
a nice moving thing out there. Now, I think the cool thing about them being the same points, even though they upped the base model a little bit, is that the rotary blaster has more of a viable place now because it's
Yeah.
you're not paying more for it. You're like, well,
With surge to hit is really good
yeah,
too.
it's like, well, what do I want to do? So it depends what your army needs. Do you have no impact? You need something with some impact? The laser's there. Do you have a
Yeah.
couple things that impact? You feel like you don't need no more? Then probably the rotary blaster just for the damage output potential is a little higher, right? And you can shoot it close range. The laser you can't shoot close range. This thing
Yep.
can double move with a bigger base to help score. It's fairly cheap. It's got
Yeah.
armor too, and unlike the Rebel one, it rolls red defense dice, which is a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's also got scout, which is also very
Scout
important for
one,
that
yeah.
turn one. It's a climbing vehicle, so
Yep.
it's able to ignore a lot of terrain that may or may not be in the
I
way.
say this is the first one to hit B, and the only reason I'm not putting an
I
A
think so too.
is because the cost is a little high. And if I had to choose, for just 15 points more if I had it, I'm going to go a naked commando every time with
It's
their built-in stuff. It
Yep,
just
it makes a lot of sense.
so and I mean high B guys. I mean like this is a sneeze away from A, but I think
Yeah,
that's where it's going to
I
live.
think that's very fair.
And yeah, that's where we're gonna put it. If I can find it, there it is. It's gonna be the first B model. Look at that. We got them all taken up now. See, it's
Now we
like
got it.
feels good. Job done. Now we're gonna go to the support. And this could be personal bias. This could be the unit never does anything for me. It could be you name something. But the BARC Speeder, my least favorite unit in the support rank to play in the Republic Army by far. It is 59 points, so 1 point cheaper than a ATRT naked. And it's just throwing two blacks, two whites, one red at range 3. It's obviously better dice pool than a naked ATRT,
Yeah.
but it's 5 health, no armor, still same red dice, surging to hit the same. Has cover 1, speeder 1, speed 3. The second you put any sidecar on it, it drops to speed 2, but you get more dice. So
Yeah.
the BARC Speeder for me lives in low C. And the only reason
I'm
I'm keeping it low C is because you could speed it on and get some points. You could use Strike and Fade to help get you some points, but
Oh, I forgot you could throw Strike and Fade on there
so it
now.
has some potential. So it's not D. I would have
Yeah.
originally said D, but I'm gonna go low C. And because it's not a clone for the fact that you don't synergize with your clone troopers, I don't think it's any better than Wookiees in this case because you're not
Yeah.
synergizing with the thing. So I think the BARC for me is gonna go bottom C.
Bottom of C is a fair
That
spot
might be
for
my
it.
hot take. I don't know. We'll see what the
No,
comments
I think
say.
that's fair.
I just don't see, and I think a lot of the speeders
Yeah,
are
I
just
think
in
all
this
the
situation
speeders,
now.
yeah, all the
It,
speeders are in this meh spot.
I think the point decreases helped, and the strike and fade can help, but I still think you're like, but I can take blank instead in
Right.
almost every army, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I think the best speeder that we have when you look at swoops, barks, and the Imperial speeders, I think the Imperial speeders are the best, and snaps. I think the Imperial speeder is still the best speeder,
Yeah.
just for damage potential, what it
Right.
does. It's force an army, right? I think they're the best.
Yeah.
So with that, barks live in low C, kissing that D tier. We're also gonna go my least favorite heavy in the Republic Army, and that's the LAAT. And then why is it least favorite, Joe? Well, I'm glad you asked, Don. It's my least favorite because I get to watch the Imperials play the LAT and get an Imperial TIE fighter pilot, and they can do speed 3. So they are much better at moving on those scoring points than me.
Considerably
And they can
better.
come on the board farther too. So when they do that little
Yep.
transport drop off, they get a little extra with the big base.
Right.
It is fairly cheap now. It is what, 90 points now? I
It's
forget what it
90
came out with.
points.
It
Not
was
bad,
135 or something when it first hit, something
but
crazy.
in the Republic Army, there's not a whole lot of room to be creative with a lat and drop something that's going to really be effective with it.
And I've
When
yet
you
it.
have Scout 2 on your
Mhm.
arcs already, like you're just not getting that much further with the transport. Plus now you're losing synergy with a lot of your token sharing abilities. Your pilots are not great at best.
They made a
It's
couple of
just
slightly better, but yeah, they're
yeah.
just not the best. And I mean, door gunners are there, but on a non-surging unit, door gunners is
Yep.
just
We've seen what door gunners do on a non-surging
it's
unit.
just
It's
it's a
not a
little rough.
lot.
I think the snail might be the best use for the door
Yeah, the
gunners
snail in the
or the
Gav tank.
tank with the
Yeah.
pilot.
Yeah, as long as you got the hammer's pilot.
Yeah. So now you got me sitting here going, what's worse, a lat or a bark? And I'm like, you guys, I've never asked myself that question. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked.
I think it's the lat because you will occasionally bring a bark just because it's gonna do stuff for you, but you're not gonna bring a lat.
Yeah, I think this is maybe a personal preference. It can go most of my C tier, let's say from the Flutter down. So Flutter, the Chieftain, the Bark, and the Lat. Feel free to flop any position of those ones, and I'd be okay to agree with you, but that's where it's living.
So stop
I'm not a big
typing your
arc.
comments now, big
Do it.
Republic lat fans, on
Let's
where it should
go.
be in the
I
C
got two
tier.
Saber Tank pictures here somehow. That's okay.
Oh,
Well,
weird.
so nice. We're gonna rank it twice. Actually, let's talk about it because I see there's two down here. There shouldn't be. So here's the Saber Tank. Saber Tank. Did get some glow up when they dropped the points and stuff. I mean, it's still 155 points, but what are you getting for that? If you get 9 health, you don't break till 6, you have armor 5, arsenal 2, hover ground, outmaneuver, which is kind of cool for it. Well, weak point 1 is my only issue because it's rear end sides, which means it's most of the base.
It is pretty sad that it's weak point rear end
Majority during the
sides.
base. It does surge to hit, which is a nice bump. I love that it surges to hit natively now. The gun adds critical 1, impact 2, and it's double rainbow. Pretty good. You have the little turret on top. There's two turrets that are completely playable now.
Yeah.
You've got
Beam now is a whole annoying thing that it's
Yeah,
more
see,
annoying with the
beam
way
being
cover
better
works
makes
now.
it help. But you got the twin laser turret, which adds 3 blacks, critical ones. You get another critical on there for only 14 points is not bad. But then the beam turret, it's beam 2, 2 reds, range 1 to 4 is also a super good option. Both of those are a turret, so there's no front arc
Right.
facing, so that's really, really nice. You've got some decent pilots in Ayla and Plo's okay. I think Ayla is the kind of standout because
Yeah,
Ayla lets
a
you
lot of people take.
get the field commander and Inspire 2, which is nice. The clone shock's okay. The veteran clone pilot's okay. I don't know. of course you have all your missiles and stuff, but I think this is another C or a B. I think it's a low B.
Interesting.
And why is it low B? It's because it's so big. The base is so big, you can easily get to points you want. It's got the strafing, so you can move
Yeah,
differently.
it is an effective scorer now
It's a
for sure.
speed 2 big base that can just put itself in a lot of missions. It can put
Hmm.
itself to be contesting both, which is super cool.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
I'm gonna put B. It sounds weird because 101, the tank's better than the ATRT, but in a building composition points in an early expensive army that doesn't always have a ton of points to play with, and you're trying to keep activations,
Yeah,
somewhere north of 8. I think this ATRT is better in that respect. I don't think the
right,
ATRT is a better, killer fighter
right.
head to head. So just to kind of clarify why I'm putting it below the
Yeah, it's
ATRT.
interesting because armor in the Republic Army, unless you're really playing hard with Cody, it's hard to justify taking the tank over taking a couple other activations of clones
Yep.
to do more
Yeah.
flexible work for you.
I agree. I agree. Let's talk about the other. We kind of skipped over a little bit. Let's talk about the Clone Commandos Delta. So we have the Clone Commandos at low A. Delta's obviously ahead of them.
Absolutely.
But are they better than Bad Batch? I don't think
I
so.
th- I don't know. They do a very different thing than Bad
Delta gets
Batch.
unlimited courage, which is nice, and they get
Right.
the independent recovery, which is nice. So they can
So they're
just
always going to
get
have
their
the
gun
shield pretty
and their shield
much.
back really good, really
Right.
easily. They also have, if you give them an order because they already have it, then they get 2 aims with target 2 instead of target 1. So that's super nice. Still the same weakness of melee though. Like if you
Right.
crush into them, they're gonna kind of fold.
But
And they're not throwing nearly as many dice.
they're 55 points cheaper than Bad Batch.
They are. They have 4 health versus what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. What, 10 health? What does Bad Batch have again? A lot.
Yeah. Yeah,
They've
Bad
got
Batch.
Crosshair 2, Echo 2, Hunter 2, Tech 2, and then you got, of course, Wrecker
Three
with
for
3. So yeah,
Wrecker.
they're like 11 health. I mean,
Yeah. You have more
they're
health.
they're
Bad Batch
impervious.
is your big flashy explosive unit, and Delta Squad is going to be back there doing work for you the entire game.
Yeah, it's actually a really hard one. The
It
funny thing
is
is, it's
hard.
harder than I thought to fit these because they do very different things. They take up different slots. They have different pros and cons. Bad Batch gets a little worse in melee. I mean, they get a good amount worse. They only roll red dice, but they're impervious.
Right.
They're not gonna fold as quickly, I feel like.
Right.
But
You're not looking to
Commandos,
get Delta in melee though.
including Delta, can share tokens with other clones where Bad Batch can't share
Right.
tokens. So, you know, this is a tough one for me, guys. I can go either way with this, but steady on Bad Batch with the tactical, with the sharpshooter, with the reliable, with the precise, with the pierce, with the high velocity. I keep going. I think I still like. I think put Bad Batch just a hair ahead of them.
That could be fair. I
I think
mean,
I do.
to be fair though, you bring Delta way more than you bring
I
Bad
do because
Batch.
the guy I play with on the channel a lot gets a little angry when I bring Bad Batch, so I try not to bring them too much. Just like you guys
Mm.
don't, if you guys complain you don't see Yoda enough, Don gets visibly upset when I bring Yoda. So I try not to hammer him too much with Yoda, which is a good point. Let's segue right into Yoda. It's a good conversation because Yoda is interesting now. Yoda's now 150. I think it's a much better place to be because when they nerfed the standby and guidance, like you can't attack out of your
Right.
activation rule, it took Yoda from probably would have been an A with all his defensive tech and being able to tell Bad Batch to move again or the arcs to move again,
Right.
whatever the case. So you can get around that not attacking by making them move and attack. Getting rid of that was a big hit for
It
Yoda.
really hurt him.
So I think I would have put him all the way down to like low B, but now with the point decrease, I think he's comfortably high B, maybe even low A because he's just got so many fun
I
to
th I think he sits
support.
happily at high B because he's just defensive.
I
Like
mean, the dude
you
can attack
can
twice with 4 red, pierce 2 each time.
yeah, but
He can swing it.
that's when you get him in there, and
True.
often you're not getting him in there until the last round or two, if that.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're using him primarily as a token generator with, your force shield or force barrier to soak up some
You
hits.
guys are hearing this. He's saying high B, so that means he shouldn't be mad when I bring him anymore, then, right? Like you should be good with it because he's not the ARS tier.
It's fair. It's
But I mean,
fair.
he has huge things, right? Let's like he's Master of
Right.
the Force 2. He's Courage 4. He's Red Dice that surge in melee or offense and defense. He's got only
Right.
5 health, but he's got the Mando armor, right?
Right.
He's also got what, three? Yeah, three force slots. So you can give him, usually you see some kind of force barriers pretty much glued in to help the troops.
Right.
Then he has reflex, so he can get a dodge. So when the token sharing count, he has even more dodges to pass out. And I like him with burst, so if I need him to engage before his one,
Yeah.
he can. But I'm not against not putting force barrier because he has the one card that lets him run up like a crazy frogman does.
Yeah.
So
He's a Jedi too that you don't necessarily really want to stamp that force push that's 40 points on him because he's not really your offensive, so you don't have to worry
yeah.
about putting that on there.
Force Push is a wildly strong card that you don't see me bring a ton. And it's not because it's not wildly strong. It's because I get to the point where I'm like, oh, my clone army's at 8 activations. I can make it 9, but if I bring
Right.
Force Push, I have to take a unit away and add some upgrades or
Yeah.
10. So I have a hard time with it some days. But I'm stuck between low A and high B on Yoda. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm stuck between the two. I can see the merits to both. For now, guys, I'm gonna put him at high B. Remember,
That's fair.
real quick as a reminder, D garbage. Bottom of the barrel. C average. Still getting those degrees with C's. It's average. That's Don down there. Um, I'm only saying that because you said that
I
earlier.
said it earlier. Yeah.
B above average, doing some really good things, but not the best. A, some of the best in the army. Hard not to take them if you have the room for and the points for. They are your great guys you're going to see around the table a lot. S is probably in most lists unless someone's just trying to not bring them, right? Because they're
Right.
broken, they're so good, they're very good, or they're like S doesn't always have to be broken. It could be on the cusp of broken, but they outshine everything else in its class, right?
Yeah.
So with that, Yoda's still good. He's above average for sure, but is he that A? I don't know. The more I say
But
those
no,
terms out loud, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Now Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's one of my favorite Jedi of all time, but in this game specifically,
He's not doing too
my
hot.
issue with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's talk. Let's
He's
chat about.
now the same cost
He's the same
as
cost as Yoda,
Yoda.
so I'm like, do I bring Yoda or do I bring Obi? And the issue is most of the time I'm like, well, I want to bring Yoda better because he has the better defensive turn with that card. He's
Right.
got more mass force. Granted, Obi can Guardian, but are you really going to Guardian too many times with him, except for when
Not
you have the
usually.
tech ready to go? And when you need to Guardian with Obi, it's great. I do it occasionally. But what mastery is better, Sorcerer or Yoda's Atreyu? I like Yoda's better because he gets the
Oh
dodges when
yeah.
he attacks and the aims when he defends, right? Um, Obi is definitely has more bite than Yoda does because of the more dice pool. He's got 6 dice with critical 2. Doesn't surge to hit natively though, so that's a con.
It
But
is
he's got
con.
charge built in. I don't know. I think Yoda's
I
clearly
think I think Obi's a C, maybe a middle C.
middle C. So you think below ARF Troopers? The face changed real
I
quick.
don't know. It's a weird spot because like if you're bringing a defensive Jedi, you're going to bring Yoda. If you're
Hmm.
bringing an offensive Jedi, you're going to bring Anakin
I
or
agree.
Ahsoka.
But if you bring
So
Anakin and Ahsoka, not that Tim did it during the cup, but you could technically bring Obi still too.
you
It's a lot
could,
of points, but
but
it's
he's
a option.
he's he's 150 points, and I just don't know that he's justifying that 150 points.
I'm going to say he's average as well. I'm going to say he's in that C tier.
Yeah,
I think a 10-point reduction would do wonders for him. Is that too low? Maybe. But in this army, I don't know if it's too low. I don't know. I'm gonna
yeah.
put him C. I'm not gonna put him mid tier. I'm gonna put him high C for now.
Okay,
I
that's
might
fair.
change my mind and put him down or up a little bit more, but I don't know. I think he's C, but I still think when I'm looking at what's in C, I'm like, he's definitely better than Chewbacca. Like
Yeah,
if I had to choose him or
definitely.
Chewbacca, it's Obi all day, every day.
Absolutely. Yep.
Is he better than the ARF Troopers? I'm not a big fan of ARFs, even though I keep bringing them, but they're just not my jam. Wookiee
Yep.
Warriors have a place with their melee prowess, but again, ARCs are there fighting for that spot. So Obi's gonna sit high C.
That's fair.
Let's switch our gear to some clones for a second here. Let's start with the bread and butter of the clone army, pretty much, because right as of time of filming this, and for a while, there's one core option. It's clone infantry, and you know what? They're pretty good. They're a pretty good option. Um, I'm gonna just drop them there for a second. I'm not saying that's where they're gonna go. I'm just putting it down for a second to talk about them. So let's talk about the one core option. If you're not counting Pikes, of course, the one actual clone option during their Republic army. They have one keyword, reliable one. You're like, oh, that's it, but it's good because the army can share the
Because
tokens, right?
because they're also clones.
Yep, so they can share. They all have pretty much built-in exemplar for other clones. It's pretty much what it is. Range 1 to 2, they can share their tokens. They're throwing a black dice like a Rebel Trooper does range 1 to 3. They don't surge. Black melee, they don't surge. Red Defense Dice, much better than Rebel Trooper. Courage 2, much better than most core units in this game, except for what, the B2s? Are they the only other one I'm forgetting right
They
now?
are the only other
I think
Courage 2.
Marksman, did we see the Marksman card? Does it have Courage 2? I can't remember. I
I
want to say
don't
we did.
remember if the Marksman does or
Until the
not.
clone Marksman's fully spoiled, I'm pretty sure we saw the front of the card and it was Courage 2. But until it's fully spoiled, I won't compare that one. That's not fair because I don't know the point costs and everything. But anyways, with the reliable, with being able to share tokens with the rest of the clones in the army, they're good. I think they're very good units. They're not the cheapest at 56, but they're not
They are a very
unconsiderable.
expensive core.
They have a lot of ways you can build them. They have a lot of heavies.
I
You
was
have a
gonna say
Pierce
they
range
are
2
one of the
weapon.
most flexible cores that you can put out
I
there.
think they have so many options. So with that, I think they do live in A tier actually.
I think they do because
And
you have to bring three of them. That's just a
you
have to
do. You
thing,
don't even have a choice. So in
right?
that alone, they could be A because
But
you're
but
bringing
the thing about that is you're not sad to bring three of them.
no.
So I think they
The only
live
time I don't
happily
bring
at the bottom of
three is if
A,
I have a 501st Battle Force. I
right?
usually just bring two because then
Because you
I
get to
get
bring
four
four
arcs.
arcs.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But yeah, I think they live in A. I think if I just went like how much they contribute to an army, what do they do? They all have the search token they can share with each other. I think they're above Clone Commandos, but below Delta and Bad Batch. That's where I kind of want to put them.
That's totally fair.
I think that's where they live. Will that change when we get more core options for them? Probably, but right now that's where they're going to live. Let's
We'll
talk about
see.
the clone leadership. Let's talk about the generic clone commander. Besides the clone commander, the only other generic clone or the only generic person left in the game is the T series
T
droid.
series, yeah.
Until we get the build your owns, which we're all super excited about, and they'll have way more options, and we can do a whole different ranking and probably just like the builds for that
Just
unit.
just how to build your own, actually.
But the clone commander, he is a good. I'm gonna drop him in B, but he's not staying there. I'm just using it to click something else. But he's 60 points, so fairly cheap in the Republic Army. I
Fairly
want to say
cheap in the
cheap, but
public
he's
army.
got bolster two. He's got the direct clone trooper unit. He's got a sharpshooter one, three black range, four health, two courage. Nothing crazy, but the bolster two really helps bolster his army. See what I did there? Um, made Don cough on that one.
Wow.
He's got the direct is nice too, especially like when you want to have units. Like if you have fives out there in any unit, you can direct fives, you then coordinates, you can chain a little bit. I don't think he's anything spectacular. I don't think he's anything bad. I think he lives comfortably in C somewhere.
Yeah.
And where in C again, we're at the same cross. Is he better than Chewbacca in a clone army? I mean, an army, unless you're playing the Wookiee Battle Force, right?
Right.
Even the Wookiee
Absolutely.
Battle Force,
Yep.
I don't even know if I bring Chewbacca still, to be honest.
Right.
So I put him above that. Is he better than ARF Troopers? I put him above that.
Oh yeah.
Is he better than Wookiee Warriors? I think that's where he stops. I wouldn't mind you guys arguing saying, yes, he's better than Wookiee Warriors, Joe, because all your earlier points about him being able to share tokens and stuff, true. But I think the Wookiee Warriors, depending on your list composition, can impact an army pretty big by getting points and holding. You can rush a Wookiee Warrior unit
Right.
into a Jedi and tie it up for a couple rounds just because of the sheer health of a Wookiee
Right.
Warrior, which is really nice to do. Done it many times. So I think he lives there. If you guys say he's above Wookiee Warriors, I would be like, that's fine. I have no qualm with that, right? Like that makes perfect sense. Well, this is Don's first video from being sick, so you gotta excuse him. He's
Yeah.
working through it for
Still
you
working on
guys.
it.
That's
All
why
this
we're
talking.
we're on Zoom and not next to each
Right.
other because we're getting ready to leave for
Because
Gen Con in like 3 or 4 days by the time filming this, and I
yeah,
was not getting sick, so I'm like, you have to
yeah,
stay there, sir.
I was told that I was not even allowed to look at Joe except for digitally
Yeah, he
for
has to
this
look. He's
week.
actually looking through a mirror, which is reflecting into the
It's
camera,
true. That's
pulling up
exactly
that
what it
bad
is.
juju.
It's like
Um,
Medusa.
yeah, let's stay with the clones. Let's go with
Okay.
one of the clone. Let's go with a name clone commander called Cody. I was kind of lukewarm on Cody for a long time, and then played with him more and more, and I started liking Cody a little more. The direct on vehicle, when you bring a vehicle army and you bring a link targeting
Right.
array, means your Saber Tank or ISP or whatever you have is getting a name every time. It's super easy.
Right.
He has, I feel, one very good command card, one okay command card, and one a very
Right.
situational command card. But he's got four dice, surging to crit with
Range
target
four, right?
one, with observe two, lethal, impact one, five health, red dice, take cover one when he wants to help support his troopers too, so they kind of give him some flexibility. I think he lives, and he's fairly cheap, 95. He's sub 100 commander, which is actually a good thing in the army. But again, you're looking at your army's like, do I like him better than Anakin? No. Do I like him better than Yoda? Not really. Do I like him better than Obi? I don't even know that. Do I like him better than Ahsoka? Just go away. Like, right? Like, so it's
So
just
I think like if you're like I want to play some armor,
he's
he's gonna be your cream of the crop commander.
yeah.
If
And if you want to
you're
bring a Jedi, you bring a Jedi
yeah,
and Cody to go handle
right.
the
If
units and
you're
that.
not playing armor, you're like I'm not gonna bring Cody. He's not coming.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So with that fact, I think he lives in C, and I'm gonna put him below Obi. I think
That's a
that's where I
fair
want to put
spot.
him. Once again, C, perfectly good, perfectly fine.
Right.
Not saying he's a bad
Yeah.
unit, just not saying he's above
Yeah.
average.
He's doing his job, guys. He's doing his job.
Rex is going to be the hard one for me to grade, right? Because Rex has scouting party two with scout one, so you have to give him recon if you want to really boost that, which most people do. And now you're at a point where Rex is getting a little more expensive for what he contributes to the army because he's what with recon
103.
eight, so yeah, he's 103 now. He's got gunslinger, scout one, sharpshooter one, scouting party two, tactical one. Three red dice. My issue with him is I wish he had at least lethal would be nice.
Right.
If he had lethal, I think I'd bump him up a whole tier from what I'm about to say. But without lethal, and he's only got five health, he's not impervious. He has no way to counter that kind of stuff. And
Right.
once you do his scouting party, he has, again, I think you're at the same place. He has a good command card, an okay command card, and a very situational at best command card, in my opinion. I want to
Right.
keep prefacing that. But I don't know. And
Yeah.
he's range two, which usually we're like, oh, range two is good because you want to get to range two. But he's one of
Right.
those guys I
But
don't necessarily want in
he
the
gets
front line.
eaten up in range two by most anything else that's in range two with him,
So I think he
which is
lives
a
in C
problem.
as well, personally.
Yeah.
Hope you guys don't hate me for that, but I think he
I
lives in
don't
two.
I don't know
He
if
has
he's
some
above
cool
Cody though.
combos. Scouting Party, Bad Batch, very cool, very
Oh
fun
yeah,
to
he
strike.
can turn Bad Batch into a what unit do you want bed really easily.
Yeah,
But
and I
once you
mean,
do that, what's he going to do the rest of the game?
my issue is like call me captain. It's like when they replace the fire support keyword.
Right.
It's when another allied unit makes an attack within range two and in line of sight of clone Captain Rex. He can add three red dice they can add three red dice to his pool during the farm attack step. So you got to have him in the heart of things to be able to add those dice.
Right.
It's situational. Take that clankers is interesting. If a unit with a face up order token makes an aim action or activate, it can increase its maximum range. This one is even more situational, I feel like, because range is not what it used to be. You
Right.
don't really need 3-4 range anymore.
Hmm.
And because he used to be so good with Rexstar back in the day, they kept slowly nerfing him. So his card now needs an order token and they have to take an aim action. You can't even just borrow an aim from someone to make this work.
Right.
So it's really hard. Word Not Programmed is pretty good, I think, because he gives four orders out. He gets
Right.
two search tokens, he gets Inspire two, and he can recover. So I think he's a good sheer unit on that turn. That's my favorite
Right.
card of his to use with an army. So I think for that, unfortunately, guys, I put him below Cody because Cody, at least in the vehicle unit, he is your like that's my guy. He's going to help
Right.
carry the vehicles. He's going to help direct us. Rex, once you get onto the field, you're like, okay, Rex, thanks. We got it from here, buddy.
Right.
You can do
You go
things
hang
still. You
out.
can move him up. You got Gunslinger. You can throw six red dice at two different units, but I feel like I'm worried about him surviving. So
Yep. He's always gonna die.
you could flop Rex and Cody. I wouldn't argue with you again. Like pretty much C, most of C. You could rearrange this, and I would be like, it's fine. There's more C's in the Republic than I thought there was going to be at the start of this video. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it's because there's a lot of units in the Republic, and there's so many really good units in the Republic that
I
it's
still
hard.
might bump Obi to low B, but we're not there yet. Let's keep
Okay.
going.
Okay.
Let's keep going. Okay, we got the ISP. ISP is some good stuff. I'm gonna drop it in. I'm not gonna keep it here. I'm just gonna drop it there for a second onto A. But ISP, I've always liked the ISP, and I think it's gotten better with time.
It has. Yeah.
Granted, it's lost the fun split your dice for multiple fire support shot, which I used to love to do to Dawn. It was one of my favorite
I
things
did
to
not
play
like
with.
that. Yeah. But you brought
But
it when once the rules changed and you brought it with the beam weapon. Oh my God.
two with beam is
It
fun.
shreds with the beam weapon.
It's now 65 point base, which is really fun. And you can either go 25 points more, so you're up to 90 with the twin blaster cans. You can add five more for the twin beam cans or the twin missile pod, which is really good at worlds, obviously, and stuff. I'm not a
Right.
fan of the missile pods because it's only four red dice for heavy
Yeah.
and it's impact two. I know, guys, I know. But it does, you can split the dice to gunslinger nonsense. But I'm gonna, I'm gonna talk more about the beam and the blaster cans because I think that's more of where it wants to live. But it's got armor three, cover one, hover ground, weak point, rear and side. So again, you got that increased weak area for some
Right.
reason. Seven health, white dice isn't great. Surges both ways. Speed three though, without compulse. You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure
The
one game
big
max I did that. That was
you
funny.
did. Yep.
Yeah, I know.
The big base, the extra speed, it's very flexible. It's still hard to take down at that much health with armor three. And
For its cost. So even with
it's
the
gonna
most expensive
harass you.
heavy, the beam cannon, right? The most expensive heavy. And we put on the cool pilot, which is the 327th Star Corps pilot,
Starcore.
which is
Hmm.
when this unit performs an attack action after the action resolved, give each defending unit an observation token. So if you're beaming, you're giving multiple observation tokens to help your army in that sense. So we put both those things on it. it's at a total of 103, which is roughly what, 52 points less than a naked saber without anything. So with
Yep.
that, I definitely think it's above a saber. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
think it's a question. Saber's obviously more defensible, and if you want to play that kind of thing with it, but I feel like when you have lower activation counts, you kind of need to hit to make up for that.
Right.
So I think it's above. And I think it's A tier. I think actually where I dropped it, I think is where I'd want to put it, if I'm being honest with
Interesting.
you now that I'm looking at it.
Okay.
I think it's a low A. I wouldn't be mad if you argued with me that you should switch Yoda and ISP. I'd be like, you know what? I'm close enough with you. I could agree with that. But for now, I think that's where
I
it's
do
going.
like I do like it in A because it can fulfill so many different roles and it can harass multiple units at the same time.
And
It,
if you're
it
the beam can, like I
it's
said, hit multiple units, you can pass out multiple observation tokens you bring in,
right,
but you also have the blaster, which you can divide if you need to suppress multiple things too, and you
right.
don't want to bring the beam. Or you can do more damage potentially in one shot with the blaster as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, it fills different roles, but I think it's gonna live in low A. We've got two
That's
units
fair.
left. I left my two favorite units for last right now.
How
Um,
about that?
I'm gonna leave my favorite for last, so we're gonna go to Ahsoka first. The newest girl on the block. Ahsoka is interesting to talk about because we got. I think in this case I'm gonna talk about her as the command card, like we're supposed to the unit, not the upgrade card, which you can go into cores and stuff. So just
Right.
we're just talking about the unit here, but she's good. She's 110 points with jump 2, associate Anakin Skywalker, deflect, immune pierce, independent recovery, which is perfect for her because she doesn't have master of the force. Scout 1, Shin Mastery, 5 health, 2 courage, surge to crit, red defense dice, speed 3. I'm going over her completely, guys, because she's newer still for a lot of people. 3 white, 5 black attack dice, impact 2, pierce 1. It's a lot. I feel like I just said a lot of
Right.
words.
But
She
eight dice, surge to crit, pierce one for 110 points.
So what is keeping her? Why is she so cheap? Everyone's like she's too cheap. Well, she doesn't have charge, relentless, or steady, or anything built in. So you
Right.
have to kind of plan that out, right? She doesn't have master of the force built in. You got to kind of plan that out. That speed 3 though, whoo, that's nice. You don't need to bring burst. She's
That
got
that
it.
native speed 3 is bonkers good.
And jump 2 for a lot of maps is great too. I mean, that's just perfect. She has some cool command cards. I like her command cards a lot. I think 2 are really good and 1
Yeah.
is very situational. But you are
The fact that
beaten.
they don't have to give her an order
That's
to
my favorite thing.
function is
I think
just
it's a
great.
very cool design space.
Hmm.
But her one pip, again, it's just one unit. It could be her. It's usually her. But if not, you can give it to someone else. But it gives her charge. And if she defeats one or more enemies this round, she can then do a free. I'll read it for you. If she defeats one or more enemies this round, she can make up to 2 attack actions and may make a free action during her activation this round. So if you kill something, like I usually try to leave Daunting a few times, I'll leave a unit with like 3 health, 2 health if it's a heavy unit to kill a commando or something. So when she moves in with her Pierce 1, it's another negative, right? She has Pierce 1, not Pierce 2 like a lot of Jedi's, but still good. She can usually clean them up, and then she can do a speed 2 move, and the card gives her charge, and then she's charging and doing a whole other attack with her dice.
Me speed 3 move.
Speed 3 move, sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
Negative with her, this card, though, is when Ahsoka Tano attacks an enemy unit with a melee attack this round. After the attack's resolved, if she didn't kill them, they can withdraw. So if I move into another unit and don't kill that unit or kill that unit, either way, she's out in the open if they want her to be, right? They can
Right.
move out. But overall, card's very strong. 2 attacks with 8 dice. Very good.
She's very solid. And
Revenge
the
is not the
fact that
Jedi
she
way.
has associate Anakin Skywalker, so she's just like a free you can attach her to Anakin and still bring a different commander if
Yeah, a
you
lot of
want.
people talk about like, oh yeah, you could bring Obi then or Yoda. I'm like, that gets too many points. I think where it's fun to do with her is if you bring Anakin and Obi or Anakin and Ahsoka, you could then bring the clone commander to help
Yeah.
support the troops and let those
Hmm.
two go run around and do Anakin and Ahsoka things, right?
And that clone commander throwing out extra orders is super helpful.
Yeah,
It's
and the
just good
build your
stuff.
own Jedi's are coming too. So depending how cheap they are, you could also slot one in there. Maybe we'll see how those work. I don't know how
Yeah.
the point costs are yet. But then her 2 pip doesn't really have one. She has a treat it as a 2 pip when building command. So 4 pip, that's its negative. She gains 3 dodges and she loses her Shin Mastery, which is super fun. It's like super deflect, and she gains Jakar Mastery. So now she has marksman for dodges like other Ahsoka does.
Yep.
It's a great card. You just have to be careful with the pip play because you know you're not going to win the pip roll off ever with it. But I've used it for the offensive potential of I want to change 3 dice to hits or crits. But I've also used it just like here's 3 dodges.
All
I
right.
still have deflect.
Deal with her.
Yep, you have to play with her. And then I go where I'm needed is what I don't like. This is my least favorite command card of hers. This is the one that gives her Guardian 3. She may make a free speed 3 move. She gets disengaged and she increases her courage by 1. You're like, oh, those all sound good. But then she treats her maximum speed as 1, and her maximum speed cannot be increased anyway. So after her free little speed 3 move, she's doing speed 1s. And I don't know how much the rest. It's a great get out of jail card if you're engaged with like Dooku and you have like 1 health or something. Play it. You could already do a speed 3 move.
Hmm.
There's other things you can do to help her too. Maybe run into something else, whatever. It's not a bad card. It's just my least favorite of the 3. So feel like I talked about her a lot because she's one of my favorites. But where is she going? Is she S? No. You guys know I don't put my favorite things higher than they need to be. Is she A? I'm still not 100% sure she's even A. I definitely think she belongs in the BA conversation
Yeah,
because
she
she's
is
only
BA.
110 points. But I think you don't ever bring her early as your sole commander because she doesn't do anything for the
Mm-mm.
army as a whole, right? She's
Yeah,
trained by Anakin, Ahsoka. She's going to run
yeah,
off.
you're bringing her as the secondary commander for sure.
Yeah, so like in that vein, if I had to pick one commander, I'd say I definitely would want Yoda over her, even for the 40 point up, because he can do so much more for your army. But if I'm bringing her with another commander to go wreak havoc and pester people, I like her better than Yoda in that vein. So
Right.
where does she end up? What do you think before I say where I already know where I'm putting her, but where do you think she goes? As
It's an interesting spot because, like you said, as looking at her as a standalone commander, she is below Yoda. But you never bring her as a standalone commander, and at that point, she's above Yoda. So I would put her above Yoda in B. Where are you putting her?
so I was putting her in beef and I was putting her above Yoda, but that might be
Okay.
a little bit of personal preference. I love
I
Yoda
don't know.
too.
She is so solid for 110
He's
points.
just cheap,
And
and the
like
Republic doesn't have a lot of
when
cheap things.
when we see where Anakin's gonna go here in a second, it's hard not to say where she's gonna, how that she deserves that spot.
Anakin. Let's talk about Anakin. It's gonna take a second, guys. Just chill with me for a sec here. Anakin, as a reminder, jump one, charge, deflect, immune pierce, master the force, tempted, 6 health, 3 courage, red defense dice. Unlike Vader, he surges to crit natively. Speed 2, 5 red dice, impact 3, pierce 3. That's his base card for 170. What a great stat line. And versus the give me like 2 turns to build my Anakin up old style
Oh
win.
my
Like,
gosh,
and I had
he's
to play the command
so
cards to
much
build him up.
better than old Anakin.
He is miles better. He's gotten a couple of increases here and there since the new rules, but that's okay. He's still great. He was probably way too good before. He was S when he first dropped at what, 150 or something? I don't remember what
Yeah.
it
Oh
was.
God, yes. At
But
150 points, he was stupid.
it's not the full picture. We got to talk about his command cards. He's got his one pip is a divulge, which gives him prepared positions. So you're getting on the board already. You put him behind a line of sight blocker if you're worried about him getting shot
Yep.
somewhere in the back. Even if it's only like a couple inches up the board, he's still farther than he would have been, right?
Yep.
Great. But his one pip itself is a free jump to this round. During his activation, he could perform 2 attack actions. So with his charge, with his free jump to,
Jump to.
if you have burst of speed on him, you can fly around that board and get 2 attacks very easily.
Yep.
5 red, pierce 3, or 6 red if he has a wound and you have tenacity, right? So he's really good. You underestimate my power. Another solid card. This one is Anakin Skywalker attacks a unit with a face down order, so they already went or they got triggered a face down order for whatever reason. He now adds 6 white dice to his attack pool. So base rolling 5 red, 6 whites, surge to crit, pierce 2 is very good. This one's a little bit more on the skill level to get off because you have to make sure Anakin's not out in the open ready to attack because then you want to go with him first. So you kind of plan this one out, right? But very good overall. And then his 3 pip, General Skywalker is like his more army, helping his army a little bit. This one I like to play as a round one card a lot. Give the commandos some orders so they get
Right.
aims coming onto the board because they have infiltrate. Now they're going to have aims and they're just really ready to go. It's Inspire 2, and when you give him an order, he gets an aim. So usually, when you give a unit, he gets an aim. So usually he's not going to do any fighting with his aim, but he's helping his army and they're getting him on the board and you have the Inspire 2. So
Right.
it's my least favorite card, but
It
still super good.
it's also very hard to find cards to play round one, and that's a very good one to
I think
play
it's just
round
good
one.
because you can give it to a
Yeah.
whole bunch of different clones and make them do really good things. But anyways, so all that said, where do I put him? Well, I don't think it's any mystery. It's either going to be the highest of A's, and I want to hear where you're putting him first because my personal preference might leak in here, and I'm trying to keep it down, like stay down. Where do you think Anakin belongs? Tempted also, such a good keyword that sometimes we
Tempted is a
forget on the channel,
ridiculous
but it's so
keyword.
good.
It's hard not to put him in S only because like anyone who plays Republic is gonna be like, I want to play with Anakin Skywalker because he's Anakin Skywalker. And then he's also stupidly good. Like he's just amazingly good. And then having the tempted keyword, having the search to crit, having Pierce 3, like there is no better Jedi, even compared to Vader. He's better than Vader. Like he's just
I think
better in all ways,
offensively you
except
give
for
it to
health
him because
wise.
he's got the surge to crit built in.
Right.
But Vader with the unlimited courage, the 6 red
Unlimited
dice versus the
courage and
5 red
yeah.
dice.
But
I
one
know,
of those red dice is always a surge. It's always a blank or a
but and
surge.
Vader has some good command cards too.
He
I don't know
does,
better than Vader, but he's definitely in that
but
he's in that field.
he's yeah, but like he is the one commander where like when you're like I'm gonna teach someone how to play this game. Who are you gonna put as your Republic commander to teach somebody this game? Probably Anakin.
Yeah,
Who do you want
that's
to see on the
that's an
board?
interesting question because I like that because Anakin is attacking when you're teaching someone the game. They're not gonna like, well, if you hold Yoda back and you tap Force Barrier, then you take his card to give him all the, like
Right.
that's those are some more complex things. So Anakin's an easier one for the sake like he wants
Right.
to kill things, so you can go
Just
do that.
point them at the thing you want dead. It's probably
But
going to
I
be
think
dead.
all Jedis in this new age of Legion are a little bit more complicated to play than they used to be because you have to really
Yeah.
watch that approach. But anyways, I was gonna put him in S as well, but
I think it's a fair spot.
with his point increase at 170 now, if you want to bring him with force push to really shine the most you can with him, just with force push alone, you're pushing 210 before
That's
any other
hard.
upgrades, which gets very expensive. So with his point cost, I don't know if he's high A or low S. I'm stuck.
I would still put him as low S just because he's so good. He's so fun. He's got so many good
I see
keywords.
people sometimes in our forums, in our chat, saying that Anakin's not that great. And I'm like, I just don't understand it. I
I don't
have
either, because like,
I've done
especially
so good with
with
him.
tempted triggers, like most of the time tempted is just a free move. If
Yep.
you're lucky and you're engaged with something, it's a free attack. Like there's so many good options for him.
Yeah, that's why I
It's
said
hard.
before all the his point nerfs and his and the nerfs to how moving and out of attack work, I think he would have easily been an
Oh
S
God,
because
yes.
tempted you could have moved and charged in and killed somebody, but now with
Right.
the out of activation you can't
Yeah.
do that part, so that
I
hurt
mean,
him a little bit.
he's been pointed and nerfed down to the bottom of S, maybe. I don't know.
My
It's
my
either
gut's
bottom
telling
of
him he
S
goes
or
here. My gut's saying
okay.
high A. And I'm not saying arcs are better than him. I'm just saying you could bring three arcs or four arcs in the 501st. You can only bring one Anakin.
It's also true.
And arcs token share, Anakin doesn't token share. But I wouldn't be mad at you if you're like Joe. You should bump him to S. I'd be like, you know what? We can do that.
If this was
So
Joe's list, it would be S. But
yeah, if I took my personal bias, he'd be up a notch.
he's trying to be as non-biased as possible.
So this is, I think, where we want to settle with it. I think Yoda and Ahsoka are good in B. I was
Yeah,
debating earlier, should I bump them up or down? I think they're good in B. I think the Saber Tank, you could make an argument to put it in high C instead of low B. I think that my gut's telling me that might be where it should live, but I like it just because it's so big
it's still
and
a
good
good
to
tank. Yeah,
grab some things. And especially if you bring Cody, I think it bumps him up. Obi's my hardest when I'm looking at this list going, is he right? Is high C where Obi lives, or should he live with the other two Jedi in B but more low B? I don't know. You can make an argument for each. I think looking at my D tier, I think that's pretty good. Padme, R2, and Wookiee Warriors in that order. I probably you could switch them, but I think that's pretty good
yeah.
feeling. And I think Delta and Bad Batch could be flipped one way or the other, but that's pretty good feeling. So I think overall this is going to be my Republic tier list, our Republic tier list. I think we agree on
I
all
would
those
say that's
things.
pretty fair.
Um, I think we got everybody. We didn't miss any. We don't do any of the pikes and stuff because that's out of Army. But yeah,
Yeah,
this is going to be the Great Squadron Gaming Republic tier list for now until the next one if they increase anything else. But I
right.
think personal bias out with the point and cost and putting some upgrades in Anakin because usually you put some upgrades on him, you don't run him naked, right?
Right. Yeah, he's
Versus
going to
what's
be
10 more
expensive,
points.
but
Tenacity is what
he
6 more.
generally earns his points.
Yeah, I think I want to put him at an A, high A, but still A. So yeah, that's
Right.
Republic tier list. I will say, doing this with you live on the channel, it's I didn't expect as many C's. I thought there'd be a few less C's in the Republic Army. I did kind of know before we started, like, there's three D's in this army, and there they
Absolutely.
are. Um, if this was Joe's list, Ahsoka would be low A, but unbiasedly, I'm gonna put her at high B.
That's fair.
Her cost really helps that. She's just nice and cheap, and
Yeah,
it's
she's so cheap.
so yeah. I think it feels good. After this, if you keep listening, of course, first of all, comment down below. You can enter to win the box of Aqua Troopers, the Luke Skywalker Commander Adepticon plastic card, or some of the J Squared deployment markers that break down from the 1.5 down to the half and the one. Those are giveaways going on, so comment now if you haven't.
Yep.
The keyword of the day is going to be, I don't even know. Guys, I'm trying to think
Wow.
of it.
Joe stumped on a
Yeah, I
keyword.
can't think of it. Let's just call it a
Just call
terrific.
it, it's
Let's call
just
it
stumped.
terrific. It's a terrific day.
Terrific.
That's the keyword.
Wow.
That's my dad joke keyword
That's
here.
gonna be some lame comments, guys.
Ah, that's double entries. And then right after I'm done talking, we say goodbye to you. I'll put up a video and I'll put up a picture and I'll keep it up for, a good 10, 15 seconds ish so you guys can see our updated Rebel ranking video. So you'll be able to see where all the Rebels stack up, where they
Right.
land. There was some movement into it with they got some point decreases and increases.
Right.
The sleepers no longer S in my opinion. They're still very high A, but I think they dropped them with their points to them and the
Right.
points to the astromech. Yeah, they're still
They're still
very,
very high A.
very good.
Still very high
But I think it
A.
just barely knocked me down. Just like the
Yeah.
arcs, I would totally not be mad if you guys were like, they should be high A. I'd be like, you know what? they're close enough. I could go either way with them. But yeah,
Yeah.
so go check that out or check that out at the end of this video. And yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow us on any of the socials you like. We're on most, if not all of them at this point. Merch store below. All of our Patreons are going to be listed at the end here. Thank you guys so much. Commander Stan or Senate Stan Parks and all our commanders are at
Yep.
the end as well. So we thank you guys. And if you're interested, there's Patreon and YouTube membership linked in our merch store. And we appreciate you guys watching us, taking the time. This video will be up before Gen Con, so make sure to come say hi to us at Gen Con if you're there.
Please do. Yes.
We have goodies to give away to you if you come and say hi. If you show us that you're subscribed to us on YouTube, on Instagram, follow us, any of our social, you show us that you're subscribed, I have better swag to give
Right.
you. If you
Joe
have any
will
of
even sign your forehead.
our official merch, shirts, hats, whatever bags you have of it, I have a really cool swag thing to give you if you actually are wearing some of our stuff. So make sure you find us. I'll be wearing probably this hat or the gray version of this hat
Right.
all weekend, so you guys can find me easy with some Gray Squadron shirts. Don will have his head free, so the light hits it, so you
Yeah.
can see it.
It's gonna be shiny the whole time.
Yep, he'll probably wearing Gray Squadron. And I say that joke, so people don't think I'm being mean, but we were told at Gen Con once they were able to spot him easier in the
I
crowd.
yep, yep. I am like a
Oh,
beacon of light in a crowd.
it's just funny to me that that
Just
was
look
said.
for the dome.
But we love saying hi to you guys. Make sure you stop by and say
Yep.
hi. And yeah, the next video of the tier ranking, of course, has to be the CIS, and then we'll round it out with the we'll just call it the Mercs because it's going to cover
Right.
all the different non-faction people. Obviously, not your
Sure.
Bobas and stuff because they live in certain factions. But yeah, thank you
Yep.
guys so much for watching. Guys, have a great night.
Bye.